Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshulmilitan Jena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Jutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sate Devi Pranamami Shri Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaham Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we are seriously entering into the subject matter of Bhajana Pranali. The Pranali means a system which has been already established by a lot of deliberations on the subject matter, one particular subject matter, that is love of Godhead, which is described in different terms as rasatattva. When we are trying to understand the holy name, its efficacy, according to Haridas Thakur, and he describes also the pitfalls, and we have to be very careful about it. That is the ignorance, the unwanted things in our lives, and aparadas. Then seva aparadas, nam aparadas, seva aparadas, Vaishnava aparadas, dham aparadas. So many aparadas are there. So Haridas Thakur has successfully, pleased Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved his knowledge. The Lord says that, oh Haridas, you have described everything about the glorification of the holy name, as well as the paradas that one must avoid. And you have also described the seva paradas, means in service attitude. So Vaishnava is known by his service attitude. Vaishnava is not simply chanting in a corner. No, Vaishnava is interacting, and the full scope of Vaishnava behavior is described in by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the exemplification of Haridas Thakur's maturity through the holy name alone. And Haridas was very, very exemplary in his behavior while giving response to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all this knowledge, So this knowledge is generated within the heart when the holy name is purifying the inner core of our heart, where soul and super soul are, residing. So such a purified stage is also called Vishuddha Sattva. Haridas Thakur was on that level. Only on Lord Shri Krishna is situated on the Vishuddha Tattva, and a pure devotee is also in that platform of Vishuddha Sattva. Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudeva Saptitam. That is Lord Shiva's, definition that we have understood. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became more inspired that the Shuddhanam will be naturally developed into the taste of the mellows of loving relationships. So that is the Rasa Tattva. The mellows have to be tasted, a pure taste of the holy name and pure taste of the relationship with Lord Shri Krishna in different, gradation of devotional service. All relationships are maturing into the higher and higher category of devotional service. So we need to understand that our efforts are to chant pure holy name, and thereby we'll be able to understand the further intricacies that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Haridas to reveal. And Haridas Thakur is talking of bhajana pranali, the internal meditation, and how it has to be understood approach. We discussed very superfluously on the Shravana Dasha, then all these different stages from Shravanam, and then the next is Smarana Dasha. And Smarana is very important, that Smarana will make us to situate on a very continuous approach of the internal bhajan. So Prabhupada and all the predecessor acharyas also told us that we have to strictly follow the process of regulated devotional service, and who constantly hear about Lord Krishna and Vrindavan pastimes as taught by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada will be qualified to look into the subject matter of the bhajan pranali or internal meditation. I would like to look into the introduction of the book called The Awakening of Spontaneous Devotional Service by my godbrother Shivaram Swami. Then we can deliberate on page to page, understanding. Says, historically, the subject and the practice of spontaneous devotional service has repeatedly been a source of concern in ISKCON. This concern is generally a justified reaction to immature devotees propagating the teachings and practice of Ragatmika Bhakti. At times, though, the reaction has been inappropriate, resulting in unwanted consequences. Yet, as ISKCON grows and matures, it tries to find the right balance in accommodating Raganuga Bhakti in the society whose members visibly practice Vaidhi Bhakti. It has to. Uh, he quoted me when I asked his permission, and he was very pleased to respond. He said, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, uh, uh, he is saying that stepping into a subsequent stage of devotion without qualification is sinful. And neglecting to step up to the subsequent stage of devotion, if one is qualified to do so, is also sinful. Mm-hmm. So we are in between, caught in between, and we need to become a little serious, but it does not discourage us to look into the qualifying, mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada that affords us to practice in ISKCON. So spontaneous practice is one of the two paths leading to spontaneous loving devotion, which is the ultimate goal of Krishna consciousness. The urge to take up the path of raga, raga means attachment to this bhajana pranali internal, will invariably arise in some ISKCON members as a consequence of devotee associations and reading Srila Prabhupada's books. And it will arise in almost every member when they become liberated. So, liberation is the common denominator that the bhajan pranali begins. Or what we say after liberation means the nishtha stage is of liberating stage, when we are able to remove significant anarthas by following four regulative principles and chanting Hare Krishna constantly. We become accustomed to certain, inheritance of the purity. Therefore, we are sticking to the process as a lifelong vow. And it must be having the merit. So therefore, we have some, qualification or accessibility to understand the intricate nature of the internal bhajan. Of course, we have to go with all cautions, and we need to also become introspective simultaneously and try to get a proper status of our understanding, which will be a continual effort in coming days. With a promise to achieve something of a higher nature, we are entering into a very divine stage of ruchi, means the taste. Now, rasa requires taste. Rasa has to be tasted. Nigama kalpatarur phalitam galitam phalam sukha mukha druvyam rasa sanyutam Srimad Bhagavad Pibata Srimad Bhagavatam rasamalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavuka. This Srimad Bhagavatam and topics of Lord Krishna's pastimes are relished by those who are knowing the rasa tattva. They are called rasik. Rasik means those who know the rasa tattva. Now, we are trying to know. So naturally, there is a what we call a syllabus which is coming before us in a very systematic process that will give us the accessibility to finally taste the mature fruit of Krishna Katha and Srimad Bhagavatam. So liberation is a position, when we are uh, almost rid of all the unearthers. And that is Nishtha stage. And the Nishtha stage is making all the availability to understand the intricacies of the rasa. So, however, all sources of hearing do not awaken genuine greed. Uh, Often it is found that when the devotees acquire an interest in and knowledge of the spontaneous devotion, they mistakenly think that they are qualified to practice it. Watch out. That misunderstanding can lead to the age-old delusion that afflicts our Gaudiya tradition. It's called Sahajiyism. Sahajiyas are untrained, unguided Vaishnavas who oversimplify the qualification of spontaneous devotion despite having mastered neither sense of control nor Lord Chaitanya's teachings. The result is that integrity of the purest spiritual lineage has to be subjugated to criticism and disdain. It is disheartening if we jump into the practice. Now, understand, uh, you can't practice simultaneously as if we are, getting advanced, but we have to understand the seriousness of the subject matter and remain humble like Haridas Thakur. Then and then our imperfections will be assimilated, just like residual unearthers still linger even in liberated stage. That Haridas Thakur said. So, if we are determined to make a definite progress in this direction, then we should understand the gravity of the subject matter and do not jump into practice all of a sudden. But listen and be very, very attentive to the subject matter, which has been described so profoundly. So it was this reason that Srila Prabhupada dealt with anything that resembled Sahajiyam with an iron fist. And that mood has been rightly carried forward by the ISKCON's leaders, albeit without the same spiritual insight as that of His Divine Grace, understandably. But as the devotee becomes more learned and they realized their fidelity to protect the society is being fine-tuned to the consequence of Lord Chaitanya's teachings. Krishna consciousness gives rise to spontaneous devotees. And those spontaneous devotees must be harmoniously integrated within the society, their spiritual practice nurtured, and regulated devotionals maintained as the common visible sadhana of ISKCON. No easy task. The risk is there. The spiritual learning and the preference of devotees in ISKCON is legion. Amongst regulated devotees who are those who are unaware of the relevance of spontaneous devotion and those who are. Then there are devotees who have an affinity for spontaneous practice but no qualification for it. They are often instigators of controversies. Amongst truly spontaneous devotees are both conditioned souls and liberated souls of the former. Some do not know how to conduct themselves, and so they too cause dissension. Returning to regulated devotees, there are those who do not know how to relate to Vaishnavas of a mood different from their own, and then there are those who are intolerant of what they mistakenly judge to be unorthodoxy. This is a heavy paragraph I'm reading. We have to master that what is the current situation in ISKCON in the author's view, that everybody seems to chant Hare Krishna. They carry their big bead bags in their neck all the time. We see them murmur the holy name. But anyway, everybody do not practice or even assimilate the understanding of the holy name to make them real progressive. But what Shivram Maharaj is telling, that it is not an easy task to even come out from hibernation or what we call easy accustomed to chanting 16 rounds, finishing, and then do all our routine. But Prabhupada says, no. Namno balat yasya papa vritti. The seventh offense is to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. If that is not gone, how is it that one can enter into the Rasatattva? Right? So there are different levels of devotees in ISKCON. So amongst regulated devotees are those who are unaware of the relevance of spontaneous devotion, and those who are. Some know, some may not know. Some have gone through the teachings of and the seminars of Harinam Chintamani, but yet they have not dared to jump into understanding the Bhajana Pranali because they think, oh, it is taboo, untouchable subject matter, like that. So we need to understand there are other devotees who have an affinity for spontaneous practice, but no qualification for it. They are often instigators of controversy. When something is of an objectional or of a different viewpoint, then they want to squibble. They want to put up lame, immature arguments as if they have known something. But one has to be very careful that if one is serious in the subject matter, he can't blare out anything and everything without immature understanding, without mature understanding in immature way. So they create controversies. Then as such controversies often arise even in the understanding different situations, even in guru-disciple relationship, or the situation arised in misunderstanding the guru's position, as well as the administrators. They think all the gurus should work under them. And it disturbs the internal sadhana or the spontaneous mood, which is simply coming in the budding stage. So naturally, such controversies are immature and cannot be paid attention to. So amongst the truly spontaneous devotees are both conditioned souls and liberated souls of the former. Some do not know how to conduct themselves, and so they too cause dissension. This is very important, you know. Understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when questioned Haridas, that he wants to listen the efficacy of the holy name from Haridas's mouth, Haridas became very stunned and withdrawn within himself in a very humble state of mind, approaching with so much humility, with words, and holding the lotus feet of the Lord, piteously crying, telling him, "Dear Lord, I'm an illiterate. I'm a Muslim. I am not educated, as well as my practice is very troublesome. I always complain. How could you select me to speak the efficacy of the holy name? I'm not qualified, Everything has to be declared in this Vaishnava behavior, that even though Krishna or Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is empowering him to make us, insignificant soul, illiterate jivas who are just barely knowing how to chant Hare Krishna. Where the maturity of Haridas Thakur in Vaishnava behavior is being exemplified, it is nowhere that we come near to even that. Such conversation is not poetically, sentimentalized. No. Actual behavior should be utter humility that is required. So how do we interact between each other? How do devotees interact with each other? Generally, we become, victim of what they call familiarity is too easy to undermine somebody. But Vaishnava behavior, keeps everybody alert that this must be the standard of Vaishnava behavior. But we have not matured into those Vaishnava behavior. We saw only to some selected people, like Guru or senior God brother, or some other sannyasis, or those who are advanced in devotional service. So it is very immature state to understand the degree of Vaishnava character that we must imbibe. I'm not discouraging everybody, but this is for our education, that this is what is required. And we see that such a situation has also arisen in our institution of ISKCON. So returning to the regulated devotees, there are those who do not know how to relate to Vaishnava of a mood different from their own. This is also another fact. Somebody has affinity to childhood pastimes. Some have affinity to, friendly pastimes. Everyone has a different taste, but the commonality is humility, because This is the foundational state that we must reach to such a humble attitude of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street, should be devoid of all false ego. Only in such a state of mind one can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra constantly. Now, constantly means every second, in between second. Yes, this is constant. So it's not a hyperbole, but actually it is to be understood in the sense of the that one has to become saturated like Haridas Thakur in the behavior. So if other Vaishnavis coming in front of us higher may have a different mood and perception and attachment to Lord Shri Krishna and his pastimes. So so we need to understand how do we relate. Actually, Krishna is the most common denominator with all different intensity of affinity to him are given in the perception of chanting Hare Krishna to different types of devotees, different devotees actually. There are many different types of devotees. If we keep on analyzing, then we will not be able to enter into the subject matter, will be thrown far away. So there are those who are intolerant of what they mistakenly judge as to be unorthodoxy. Orthodox and unorthodoxy. Oh, he is showing himself too advanced. Oh, look at that. He's a nut. He's this, he's that. We try to underestimate the Vaishnava behavior of others. We are not serious and we try to judge. That is not good. So, these are the thoughts of Shivram Maharaj, and he's rightly and pointedly, he's pointing out that in writing this book, I have tried to shed light on the truths of Raganuga Bhakti in a way that would assist devotees, regulated, spontaneous, and many shades in between, to both pursue their spiritual calling and maintain stability in the movement. If I have made any mistake or created any offenses in the process, I beg my readers to forgive me. You can understand humility should be executed at the best of our command. And one may misunderstand the humility even in presenting a subject matter that has been a taboo. Yes. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj would tell him that people may look me because the way I am dressed, the way I'm sitting on a high chair, asan, the way I have to show my demeanor concentrated right on the subject matter of Krishna consciousness. People try to evaluate me from the external point of view, but they will not succeed in understanding Krishna consciousness, because I am in control of my own demeanor through the humility at my command. So humility is the most important, activity that we cannot put aside for a moment even. If we have gone through some kind of talk, and then we come and try to analyze what that person has talked and how he thinks himself too much, like that. But these are unwarranted, thoughts which will hamper our own progress in the internal bhajan. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj as an acharya, he he was very much internally, developed with all the different kinds of educations, also mastered within his heart, and yet people may take him at a different, value points. Some may only analyze some superficial aspect, some may analyze his verbal aspect, some analyze him, he might be thinking in that direction or that direction. So there are different kinds of opinion, but being an acharya, he has to be very bold also. He can't compromise his function as an acharya to carry on the unbroken chain of disciplic succession. So all these important facts are coming out in a sense of higher status of seriousness in pursuing Krishna conscious process. Process is perfect. We may be imperfect. That is our only hope. That Srila Prabhupada says. I may be imperfect, but the process I follow is perfect. So we can understand the mood and mission in pursuing this subject matter. We need to think very seriously, very open-mindedly, and we have accessibility, but we have to be framed by ourselves within the parameters that have been applying to us. So it is not a taboo to discuss. Of course, we have selected some serious devotees to listen to and to understand the subject matter very carefully. The Bhajan Pranali describes different kinds of dashas and other things that will be automatically revealed what we are thinking. Dasha means the state of internal existence. That where are we? Are we at Shravana Dasha? Are we supposed to simply listen? Or we should go further than listening to churn the cream, to pull out the butter? Prabhupada said boiling the milk is for initial stage of those who are chanting. But the cream has to be taken out. So you boil the milk, but then you cool it so the cream can be separated. Then the cream has to be fermented. and then churn into butter. So there are processes. So I wish all the audience who are listening to these classes, I would like to make myself progressive and take the teachings of my god brother Shivaram Maharaj. He is a serious devotee. He has advanced himself very much in his internal bhajan, and he's exposing the methodology and inviting serious students. So therefore, I have selected a lifelong project. And hopefully, if I can complete, it will be my good luck, not you. You will continue. You have a long life ahead. So I would like to stop here. Is there any question or comments, please? Let's churn up a little bit.
Okay. I just unmuted.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj.
Wow, what a music.
Sorry, Guru Maharaj. Pachar Pranam. वो just मैंने phone चलता था. So Guru Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisance, Gurudev.
Yeah.
Guru Maharaj, how do we know whether I am doing a regulated devotional service or am I doing spontaneous devotional service? How do we internally know?
Have you ever thought of after chanting your regulated rounds and following 4 regulative principles, have you ever thought that this is only mechanical?
Yes, Guru Maharaj. Many times the chanting is mechanical.
All right, but then
Most of the time.
you must have also sometimes got a kind of inclination to chant in a very thoughtful way while chanting about Lord Krishna and the divinity.
Yes, Gurudev.
So that is the beginning of internal bhajan, but it should follow the process. Now here we are given opportunity to follow the process because the process is perfect. And it depends upon us individual that we can reveal our mind and we can, discuss in the gradual study of our sadhana and the internal nature of our sadhana. Our sadhana cannot be only external. It has to be internal also.
So does internal sadhana means deep introspection of where we are progressing? Is that right, Gurudev?
Naturally, we are supposed to be progressing both externally in Vaishnava behavior and internal meditation. We have to progress.
Okay, Gurudev.
Everybody must be, chanting Hare Krishna. The potency of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is to be felt. And it will start invigorating within your own heart. So more serious a person is, more, churning up within her own heart. I think this kind of experiences are beyond the brain or cerebral hemisphere's jurisdiction.
Okay, Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Gurudev.
There were some other hands up. Which was the rest of you? Did you want to say? Oh, and another microphone.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, Jai Srila Prabhupada Gurudev.
Jai.
Guru Maharaj, as I internally realize that I'm very, very far behind in this process. But what I think that if Guru gives me little mercy and Vaishnav gives me kripa, then
Cannot hear properly.
it is possible
Your voice is breaking
that
up,
I
Prabhu.
can.
Can anybody tell?
Guru Maharaj, Guru Maharaj,
No, Guru Maharaj, his
or
voice
is
is
it okay
breaking.
now?
No, it's not okay, Prabhuji. Probably you can perhaps switch off your video.
Right.
Anandmoy Prabhu. Yeah,
Hare
there's
Krishna, Guru Maharaj.
okay,
Yes.
now go ahead.
Yes, Guru Maharaj, what I realized that in this process I'm very, very far behind. My realization is not that good. What I think, if I get Guru Maharaj or my Guru's mercy and Vaishnav's kripa, then I can uh, become more serious and sincere, or should I do some efforts? But what I see in my efforts, I try to do effort, I try to do, but somehow my external environment or my internal heart's environment is not that favorable that I can do bhakti or sincerely. So what do you think, Guru Maharaj? Am I right, or what should I do in this case?
But the kripa is always there. One cannot discriminate uh, uh, between one type of kripa and another type of kripa. Kripa is the mercy of the Lord. You can obtain in the form of prasadam and appreciate the mercy. You can form an association, that is also Vaishnava kripa. You hear this kind of talks, it's also Vaishnava kripa. You know, what is not kripa for a devotee? Everything is kripa. And we sustain. That's why we are sticking to each other in our respective situations. We are sticking to each other. That is kripa. But the thing is that internal meditation and sahajiyism or the sentiment, they have no connection. If we try to mix both, then it will be like a cloudy suspension and we get confused. Of course, the bodily conception, if more bodily conception is there, then more mental attachment would be there. And because the mind is flickering, then we may think completely, unenchanted, or what we call, we become despondent and discouraged, or this kind of negative feeling will happen. But it is due to the mind. But instructions are there. In Buddhi Yoga or Bhakti Yoga, we have to utilize our intelligence and overcome the mind's tribulations. Okay, if we become firm and we understand the controversies around us or within us, controversies, then we have to become pretty straightforward and improve in our external sadhana, internal sadhana, like that. We have to read more Srila Prabhupada's works. We have to understand and talk this kind of thing out. So you will become more committed to rise above the platform of your despondencies and remain much more fixed. Otherwise, mind is the worst of the enemy. It becomes so turbulent that it is difficult to control, right? Vayureva Shudushkaram. So we have to remain intelligent. We do not depend upon mind much. So if the effervescence of our sentiments are overflowing, then we have to contain it. We have to just wait. The effervescence will go away. Have patience, and Krishna will give us, the intelligence to pursue what we have promised, what we have taken the vows, and we will become much more fixed. Our internal thinking is not going to stop, but we have to think intellectually with reference to context rather than give freedom to the mind to venture anywhere and everywhere.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Samai is good in
Oh,
Samai.
Lala Samai, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please, my humble obeisances. Hare Bol Gurudev. Thank you so much for the class, Guru Maharaj.
Do you think it is a serious exposure?
Yes, Guru Maharaj, we all need it.
Yeah.
We all need it.
Good punch in my head. Okay.
We all need it. Guru Maharaj, otherwise we'll be very slack.
Do you think I need it too? Yes, I need it too.
So Guru Maharaj, this, internal meditation, I feel that if you can take along with you and we are serious on your teaching, I think from sadhana bhakti to we can reach to Raganuga bhakti. By your mercy, we have to be serious also. So I think we will go along with you, Guru Maharaj, and study what you are teaching today, and we just introspect and practice.
Yeah. All right. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going to continue, hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Question from Hiranyangi. Can we start reading Shivaram Swami's books?
If you want to understand yourself, there is no problem, but we need to also understand through some mature thoughts, with reference to and context. It may help you too. Why not? Yes.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev, pranams to you, Gurudev. Thank you so much, Gurudev. As you were just mentioning, reading is something, but when it is coming from you, Gurudev, it is totally different. The impact is totally different. So very thankful for this, Gurudev. In today's katha, the whole theme, that spontaneous bhakti through Harinama, that essential theme itself is safely directed to Harinama only instead of going into mental speculation. So that point is very much appreciated, Gurudev. And when you said Smarana Dasam, in Smarana Dasam, the continuity of internal bhajan is through the Smarana. That's one thing, Gurudev. And when you said Harinam, every second and in between the second, and one have to be drenched in the mood of Srila Haridas Thakura, and humility cannot be put aside. We can't afford to put aside humility even for a moment. So all these words from you, Gurudev, they are very impactful, very, very grateful. My question, more than the question, needing confirmation from your Holiness. So Smarana Dasa, internal bhajan continuity is through Smarana Dasa, and it implies that this is past Trinadapi Sunichena. Otherwise, there cannot be continuity and Swarna. Is that right, Gurudev?
I would like devotees to read even Jaiva Dharma because it describes so much of internal thing. I mean, basically, Prabhupada told us that please read our Acharya's books. Okay, so there is nothing. But, Shivaram Maharaj is our contemporary. He is still existing, and he is very, very profound in his thoughts and worship of Radha Krishna's deities in Belgium. And it's worth, associating if one is internally thoughtful to progress towards, internal bhajan.
Yes. Oh, yes,
He
Gurudev.
actually took off from GBC duties, so otherwise he was finding it's conflicting, and he was the first one to resign as an active GBC, and yeah, his meditations are there. Of course, over the years he has published these many books, but I was always afraid to touch the book. I have several volumes of him already purchased before, but I never opened the page. I would just look on the title of the book, and I would think, or not now, or not now, So I would, Hirangi Mataji should also read just Harinam Chintamani, Jaiva Dharma. These are elaborate descriptions of how to enter into and what it requires to enter into the internal bhajan. Then Shivram Maharaj will be more clearer,
Yes, Gurudev. As you mentioned, this matter is past the cerebral hemispheres. This is not the subject matter of cerebral hemispheres. So how would one be able to assimilate what is being said when it is past the cerebral hemispheres?
uh, it is said that one has to perfect manasa, vacha, karmana, mind, words, and activities. They should be on the identical platform rather than, different platform. So one's internal mood would be exhibited by external behavior. Our words are even speaking louder than our activities, so like that. So these three phases have to be synchronized: mind, words, and activities. So the perfection is in they are identical, not controversial or opposing. So in this way, we see when we handle the subject matter of Krishna consciousness, then it should be also identical.
Yes, Gurudev. Thank you. Thank you, Gurudev.
Anyone else?
Sorry, yeah, Shailen. Sorry.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances, Guru Maharaj.
Hari Bol.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, who is this?
Jai Shri Devidasi Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Jai Shri.
Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances, Maharaj. Thank you so much for that katha. It's really very helpful to us. The question that I have, Guru Maharaj, you were talking about Shravana Rasa and Smarana Rasa. So, how do we
Not rasa, it is dasha.
Dasha
Dasha is a stage, yeah.
So
Internal
how
stage.
do we transfer from Shravana, from hearing into that remembrance? Do we need to engage in some glorification in between that? How do we actually think of the glorification of the Lord?
Okay, so the first, even on a mechanical platform, when the sound vibrations of the holy name from your own mouth are meticulously heard, right? Then you are obviously going to remember it. And even though if you are not chanting, your remembrance will be intact. But this remembrance should be 24 hours. All right? Like
Yes,
Prahlad, internal position is remembering the Lord 24 hours. He may not be exhibiting, but he never deviated. Okay? So you can understand that Smarana Bhakti can be also successful to get Lord's mercy. Smarana Bhakti. So that is Smarana Dasha, is it should be continuous. All right? Always remember 24 hours a day, never forget for a moment. Isn't it that a cardinal principle for all the religions? Satatam smartavyam Vishnu, vismartavyam na jatu chit, sarva vidhi nishedasyu etayor eva kinkara. Whatever we apply in Krishna consciousness is just to remember Krishna. So Smarana Dasha is extremely important. Extremely important.
Yes, Maharaj.
So you remember, but we need to put up continuity. Okay.
Yes, Guru Maharaj. So if we are actually continuously remembering, why do we develop these bad qualities and all that in between? We start fighting with devotees.
Previous
Vasanas.
Yeah, but there are previous acquired qualities, bad qualities, that will be also tada rajastamo bhava kamalo bhadayasve cheta eter anaviddam sthitam sattve prasidati, and they will subside and mode of goodness will rise, right?
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The development of rasa, it is said that the gradual realization of rasa in holy name is compared to the blossoming of a flower. The name that is preached to the general public throughout the world is similar to, in state to a flower bud. By cultivation, the flower bud of the holy name begins to open a little, and one realizes a beautiful form, the Rupa of Krishna in Goloka, Vrindavan. As the devotee continues sadhana further, the flower of the name begins to emanate sweet fragrance in the form of Krishna's 64 qualities, gunas. The flower of the holy name then opens fully to reveal the eternal pastimes, Leela, of Krishna in Golok Vrindavan. Then, by the great mercy of the name, a mixture of Hladini and Sambit Shaktis from the spiritual world, combined as Bhakti Devi herself, descends upon the small jiva who possesses only a small portion of happiness. Bhakti Devi reveals to the jiva the ingredients of rasa and the full blossomed flower of the holy name. By her mercy, the pure jiva attains his swarupa and enters into the appropriate rasa. So, these stages are compared, that how holy name, starting from the budding state to the fully blossomed, fragrant flower. This is the development of the holy name. It may be allegorical, but this flower should not get wilted by lethargy, or that's why sankalpas are intellectual determination that we have taken in order to keep us alive in Krishna consciousness. All right.
Some thank yous on the messages. Thank you from Prana Paricha Prabhu. Thank you for the deep subject matter in hearing from the mouth. Thank you from Nietzsche Swarupa. She was longing for this class very much, and you've helped her uncover her doubts and assimilate thoughts.
All right. So we will try tomorrow also. Unless you are told, there won't be any interruptions. All right? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Gurudev. Thank you, Gurudev.
Srila Prabhupada.